Hey, welcome guys. Tony Porter and it's Universal Baseball Association. Here we have an unboxing of a very special surprise. Yes, we do have a very special surprise. So this is something a collector sent me to take a look at. I want to open it up carefully so we don't cut into it, and I've had that happen to me in the past. So we're going to change approaches, change tools. You don't want to mess it up. Alright, here goes. Let's take a peek. What do we have here? Alright, this seems to be a game called Home Run Baseball. And this is a very obscure game that is very, very hard to find, very hard to track down. But I have the 1967 season here. And here I have some of the rules and charts, it looks like. They got a little folded in the type of envelope that it was sent in, so we're going to have to straighten these out. But let's look and see the teams that we have. It looks like we have the American League. We have the American League, right? American League. Let's put these together like that. And I know, let's see what we got here. Okay, 67 Red Sox. And let me grab the Yankees, another team that I know pretty decently well. All right, it's 1967 Red Sox, 92 and 70. Dick Williams, 72 and 90. Ralph Houck. The Yankees were not very good that season. Let me see a better team. 84 Angels were pretty good. White Sox, 89 and 73. That's not bad. 91 and 71 for the Tigers. And here's 91 and 71 for the Twins. So you got the Red Sox and the Twins with really good records. And the Tigers, so we'll take a look at some of those teams. This top card looks like the ballpark card. And this is called Deuces Wild baseball game. Deuces Wild. Okay. Then it's not home run baseball. Why did I think I had home run baseball? Deuces Wild, it's called. All right, let's take a look here. Looks oddly familiar. Looks a lot like Fall Classic, the way it's set up here with the card and then the numbers explaining what each number means. So 66 is a home run, 55. It's a 1-4 home run to left field, single otherwise. 44 is a triple 1-2, double 3-8, and then right field, anything above that looks like an 8, right? Double left field with 33. 22 is a Deuces Wild. So I guess if I roll that 22, then I'm going to roll here or pull a card maybe? Looks like we're going to pull a card because look, we got ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then Jack, Queen, and King. And then you have PB rating, PB. All right, so let's take a quick look at what's what here. Well, first of all, let's look at the cards. Let's look at the 67. Ooh, there seems to be a lot of players. It's thick. All right, that looks like the ballpark card. You roll a d6 on it, and then you have right-handed batter and left-handed batter. You got a guy named Joe Foy. I believe he played with the Mets at some point. Got the stats at the bottom of the card. He batted .251 with 16 home runs. It looks like here it has his arm rating, his error rating. So at third base, he's a 51 error. He's an A arm. He's a 1-2 range at third base. In right field, he's a 1 range with an A arm, which is average, and then his 0 rating. You got Mike. Oh, Carl Yastrzemski. Carl Yastrzemski has 44 home runs. Holy smoke. With a 326 average. So you got home runs at 66, at 55, at 44, 1-2. He has a home run to center field. So this is fascinating. Would be interested in playing this game for sure. Tony Conigliaro, home run. He hit 20 home runs. He's got a home run at 66, home run at 55, 1-5, and then a double after that. George Scott, he hit 19 home runs, home run at 66. Reggie Smith hit 15 home runs, home run at 66, 1-5, double otherwise. Petrocelli with 17 home runs, home run at 66. Wow, they had some powerhouse team here. The Red Sox did. Mike Ryan's a catcher, error 15, and he had 2 home runs, 199 average. Jim Lomborg, he's a pitcher, but I guess pitchers had batting cards back then. So let's see, let's look a little bit more about on that issue of pitchers. Okay, so I'm looking at this a little bit more closely, and now I'm realizing that pitchers like a guy like Kenny Brett here has a section at the bottom, and he's got the bullpen session, right? This is a Greg Sovan game. He's got a bullpen session where you roll a D6, right? You roll a D6 and you get a 4. And that is going to, hold on a second, let me close some of this stuff down. Give me a second, because I've got a few things open here and they're slowing down the laptop, the desktop, excuse me. Okay, so pretty much everything is out now. All right. So that's a 4 in that turn. So you have 3 ratings here. You have the hit, walk, and K rating. There it is, hit, walk, and K rating. Right, let me show you right in here. Hit, walk, and K. It's a left-handed pitcher, and I rolled a 4, so he would be a D, an A+, and a 3. Now, since I don't know the game, I don't know too much about this. Now, I'm not sure about Kenny Brett's stats in 1967, but I can take a quick peek to get some sort of idea. There's not a lot of charts for this game. Not a lot of charts at all for this game. So, give me a second here. Let me see if I can bring up Kenny Brett's data so we can get an idea of what kind of season he had. Let's see. Alright, and right after this I'm going to be playing a few innings of field day baseball. Now, Kenny Brett, I don't think you can call him Kenny. Yeah, can't call him Kenny. Alright, 67. So 67, he had a 4.50 ERA, 2 innings. So this is a guy that did not do very much. There it is, 2 innings, 2 Ks. Okay, so if he had 2 innings and 2 Ks, that's 1 K per inning. That's pretty darn good, right? So then the K would be, he has a K rating of a 3 all the way across. So I'm imagining that a 3 is probably a K every inning. Anyway, all right, so let's look at a little bit more closely at this game, this early Greg Sovan game called Deuces Wild. I still haven't totally wrapped my head around this idea of a Deuces Wild. I get that When you roll 22, you get deuces wild. But then what? Like, where do you go? Where's the deuces wild chart? In the description, it says anything can happen. Here you got a runner advance chart, which I think is great. He started off with just 4 charts and ended up having 24 charts. So you roll 22, refer to the deuces wild chart in this booklet. The game, as you can see, is called Deuces Wild. I thought it was a different game that I was receiving. Then you have a defense chart, I'm not totally sure how this works. There it is. Okay. So here, this is the Deuces Wild chart. This is like the 54 chart, or the exotic chart, I think. This is what later, this turned into those other charts that he uses for rare plays, right? Bases empty wild. What can happen? Okay. So fly out, check the dice line 7 for fielder. Possible drop by the fly by the outfielder. Roll versus the drop rating. It appears in the last column of the defense grid on his card. Now roll 2 dice versus the outfielder's drop rating. Batter safe at first if the second digit is odd. Batter to second if second digit is even. All right, Wilder chart. Right, okay, straight. If you roll a 3, so let's just say its base is empty. You roll a d6 and it's a 4. It's a base hit. Roll a d6. A 1 is a single. A 2 is a double. A 3 is a single. A 4 is a double. A 5 is a single. A 6 is a double. Now roll versus the E rating for the extra base. Interesting. There's a hit and an extra base. 5, a sky high pop out to shortstop. And then there's a possibility of a rain chart. I usually ignore the rain chart because I don't do that. Ballpark rating. So on a 6, on a d6, you would look at the ballpark. And these are the ballpark cards right here, right? You would roll a d6 if he's a left-handed batter, or 1's a home run. In this ballpark, there's other ballparks. I don't see any ballpark that doesn't. Like the Chicago White Sox, White Sox Park. A 1. There's no home runs on this. There's one here. Optional home run ratings. A lefty batter -1. These optional home run ratings are added to the pitcher's home run rating. Okay. So yeah, a 1 would be a fly out, a 2 would be a fly out, a 3 would be a double, a 4 would be a fly out, a 5 is a pop foul out, and a 6 is a foul out. Let's look at some place like Oakland. Let's see if we have Oakland here. Because Oakland, I know, has a lot of foul territory. I don't think I have Oakland. Do I not have Oakland? Did not come in the... So I didn't get all the teams. Okay, that's fine. That's not something I purchased. It's just something it's a loaner. Yeah, there was no Oakland A's, so it was the Kansas City Athletics. So, and I think they were playing at Municipal Stadium. They weren't playing at Oakland Alameda. But what stadium has a big foul territory? I don't know. Anyway, okay, they all look to have the same 5 and 6 as foul outs. Okay, later he expanded this whole thing to a D20, which is huge. Now, something that I did pick up, that this has similarities to a game called Time Travel Baseball. Because let's look at somebody here. Let's look at somebody we want to talk about. Let's look at like a guy like Reggie Smith or George Scott. Okay, so Reggie Smith, right? Take a look at this. So you're rolling 2d6. You're rolling a red and a white, for example, right? You're rolling a red and a white, and this is read as a 6. So you go to 6, and it says up to 15 is a walk. Up to 20, a walk. Okay, Yeah, 15 is a walk against, I believe, a C pitcher. Up to 24 is a walk up to a B and a C pitcher. Otherwise, it's ground out to second place, double play. Okay. So then, let's say you roll a 7. Then it's going to be a possible K, or it's a fly ball to right field. Uh, Now, I don't know how that, I would have to look at this other chart to learn how this is done. Where's that chart? Here it is, the card. So this is pretty simple because it's only one card now. You're not looking off a pitcher's card. There is a pitching element, but it's more like field day baseball. So let's see here. Where were we? Okay, so, all right. So on this card, let's look a little bit more closely at this here. It has a 1 to 4 home run to left field. These are pretty simple to understand. There's some that are a little bit more complicated. All right, these are the ones, the outs, right? There's more outs. Okay, 14. Okay, let's look at 5 and see what it says on the roll of 5. Okay, if the D6s are 14, it's a ground out. Okay, so it's on number 5, right? So if it's a 1 and a 4, it's a ground out to third base. Fielder's choice at second if runner on first. If these 6s are a 2 and a 3, then it's a, oh, this is interesting. Okay. So if the D6s are a 2 and a 3, then it's a ground out to second base. And Sylvan usually created some sort of pattern so you can kind of memorize easily what it was, but I'm not seeing that here because a 1 and a 4 is a ground out to third, a 2 and a 3 is a ground out to second, ground out double play if runner on first, but only if it's a strong arm second baseman, otherwise just a fielder's choice at second. So there you have the infielder's ability to turn a double play. There's a lot of nuance in Greg Sylvan's games, and that's one of the things I really like about it. So okay, so then that's the only 2 ways to get a 5, right? But a 6. If the D6s are 1 and 5, then it's a walk. If the pitcher's W rating is a C. If not, it's a ground ball double play. If the D6s are a 2 and a 4, if the total adding up to 6 is made up of a 2 and a 4, then it's a walk if the pitcher's W rating is a B or a C. If not, it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Okay. 7, a possible strikeout. Check the pitcher K rating. If not a strikeout, then he flies out, sacrifice fly. So if a K rating is a 3, what does that mean? Let's say, because Kenny Brett had a K rating of a 3. So, but it doesn't explain that there. Where would it explain it? Red flags. Here, it's K strikeout hit by pitch. Okay. So there should be a section that explains how the pitcher's card works. And I think I was looking at that before. So now I'm getting an idea. Slowly I'm getting an idea of how this is working. Hit and run chart, bunt chart. Modern games, I don't even use those anymore. No, nobody bunts and nobody hit and runs anymore. But in older games, I use it a lot. Okay, so, all right, so his K rating is a 3. Always strikes out batter on dice line 7. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, there you go. And so Sandy Koufax is a 3 there, and somebody, he's even a 4 there. Okay, so let's see. So K rating 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is used for the PK on dice roll, pitcher strikeout on dice roll 7. The highest the K grade, the more strikeouts. KO is never a strikeout. Okay, a 0 pitcher is never a strikeout on 7. A 1 strikeout is a strikeout on dice combination of 1 plus 6 only. A K2 is a strikeout on dice combinations of 1 plus 6 and 2 plus 5. Oh, this is a lot like Field Day. This reminds me a lot of Field Day. All right, K3, it has elements of Fall Classic, but also Field Day. And of course, the other, his play ball game, which that's the one I know the least. K3 is always a strikeout on Dice Line 7. K4 is a super strikeout rating that changes any outcome on a dice combination of 4, 5, line 9 to a strikeout, as well as always a strikeout on Dice Line 7. These are for outliers. Like I bet you Nolan Ryan was he? I don't know if he was around yet with them, and plus he was with the Mets, and I don't have the National League here. So anyway, I gave you a look at this game so far. I don't know what else. 67 Detroit. This is an interesting team as well. Let's see if I can find the ballpark card. So we went over this a little bit for you to get a sense of this. A nice, pretty nice and thick card stock here. What did I do with the ballpark card? Oh boy, I don't see it anymore. Ah, here it is. All right. So the ballpark card. Oh, look at this one. So a right-handed batter has double home runs here. Look at that on the Boston Red Sox Fenway Park, right? All right, so this team was really good in the 60s. Dick McAuliffe had 22 home runs. Don Wirt, Al Kaline had 25 home runs. Norm Cash had 22 home runs. Willie Horton had 19 home runs. Northrup had 10 home runs. Earl Wilson, Denny McLain. So he's supposed to be a good pitcher. Hit, we didn't look at the hit rating. So Denny McLain's hit rating under a roll of a 1 on a D6 is an A. So let's see what it says. An A does not allow a single on dice line 8 if no single referred to play results at the end of dice line 6. So this is fascinating. A grade B allows a single on dice combination of 2 plus 6 only, not 3 plus 5. A grade C always allows a single on line 8. Grade D always allows a single on line 8 and also on line 9 with a 3 and a 6 combination. This is interesting. I'd like to play at least a couple of innings of this game. So thanks for watching, guys. This is late at night. This is a 4 a.m. I started it early and I was just exhausted from work, man. So then I had to put it aside and come back the next day. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Remember to like and subscribe and watch my channel and comment. And those thumbs up are appreciated. And I will see you guys too. Remember to join Fall Classic Baseball and Field Day Baseball Facebook groups, right? And then, of course, Universal Baseball Association and Deep Drive Baseball Group and Replay PC Game Baseball Group, and on and on. So I will see you guys very, very soon. Thanks for watching. This is Tony Porter, and signing off. I will see you soon.